Good question. Let's get into it. So Sky Jackson is 22 years old and is one of those people that's probably going to be looking very young, well into older age. Why? Because I actually believe that Sky Jackson's dominant essence is ingenue. And you can see that here she has a kind of like a small roundish face. She has large eyes, and they're kind of wide set, as well as she just looks young. And you can even see that in her body type. She is very small stature. She is obviously has ingenue in her blend, and I personally think it is her dominant essence. However, I also think that Gamine essence is also in her blend, and I think is very strongly in her blend. And of course, you can even see that in certain yang features she has in her face. She does have somewhat of a stronger jawline, and she has kind of like the large doe eyes that people with Gamine essence have. You can also see that supported in some of the silhouettes she uses. So if you can see here, you always, not always, but you often see her wearing sharpness toward the face. So she does this thing where she juxtaposes yin and yang at the same time, and some of her best looks incorporate that. So you can see that here, where she's wearing that super soft pink that is like characteristic of ingenue. But like up here, she has like a sharp V-neck. She has sharpness up toward the face and a little bit of structure in her outfit. And it kind of adds that like a little bit of yang in there. And I think that also can have to do with her body type as well. However, with just the essence, as though it highlights her essence very, very well. Also, another great example of this, you can even see she's doing a little bit more sensuality, but toward the face, she keeps that kind of like that youthfulness and that playfulness going on. So, up with her hairstyle, she chose kind of more of an ingenue hairstyle, kind of like the type, the curls with the pigtails is definitely an ingenue vibe. But she has the sharp collar towards her face as well, which is like a gamine staple as well. So if you think about it, like she's juxtaposing yin and yang youthfulness, which kind of indicates that we're looking at a mixture of ingenue and gamine essence. Now, is that the only thing that will tell your essence? Heck no. However, with what I think this supports, some of her best looks definitely always hold on to the ingenue. So even here, where it's a little bit more kind of like the elegant style, she also has is pulling a little bit on the romantic as well. She has the lace, she has the black, she has the larger florals. It's still keeping the ingenue essence at the forefront, and that's what keeps it from looking too out of place. In cases where she does go too far in the other direction, you can see her pulling a little bit more on the dramatic here, and it's a lot. And even in her makeup, is pulling more onto the romantic and the dramatic, and it doesn't quite look like her. However, with some theories going around that um, pulling on the opposite essence of yours is going to create an edginess and sometimes sensuality. So if you see her here, some of her best edgier looks, or yeah, even more sensual looks, pull on the natural, which indicates that there's a presence of probably some gamine essence in there. But it's always on a smaller scale, which again, she always finds some kind of way to hold kind of like the small, sweet look of the ingenue. So if you can see here, she's pulling completely on the natural here, right? She has an oversized denim. She has a lot going on. However, the color blocking um, kind of pulls on the gamine. It holds the gamine there, and then kind of like the small circles, small diamond circles on her neck, and then the curly hairstyle up top and the soft makeup definitely holds ingenue near her face. And this is kind of a redo of what she tried to do earlier, pulling on the dramatic and the romantic. When she adds in some natural in there, it softens her up and it looks a lot better and accomplishes what her goal is trying to accomplish, that edgy sexiness. And again, here, when she's going for something a little bit more sensual, you can see she's adding in the natural line. So she has this super wide neck, open and flowy dress. And even it's kind of like it's ruched, but it's also very like it's open, right? And even the fabric choice says natural, but the small bows here and even the light color of it, the soft makeup is holding ingenue in the middle. So yes, you bringing up Sky Jackson under this video is totally appropriate. I actually do believe that her dominant essence is ingenue, which is quite rare. Most people's secondary essence is ingenue, but she is one of the few people who have ingenue as their first essence. And so yeah, there's Sky Jackson for you.